What's up, y'all? It's Marcus Frazier from Teachable Tuesdays here to motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you to be a better you. I would like to welcome you to Teachable Tuesdays shorts, where in 5 minutes or less, I do my best to talk about a topic that came to my mind, maybe one that came from the community, or, just an idea, whatever. And today, we're going to talk about something that's a very, very sensitive topic. I'm really going to try to make this video 5 minutes. It might go to about 6. It's going to be short, but very, very important. And the topic is going to be, you have to be very careful when asking a woman about kids, particularly an older woman. And I'm going to explain why. There's a thing that I saw on Facebook. I didn't really read the comments per se because I wanted to really fully expound on this on my own without any outside influence, right? So if you had a chance to read the thumbnail, you kind of get the gist of what it is. But basically, this was posted by Lisa Marie, so shout out to her. And basically, it was her having a conversation with someone. So I guess the person, we don't know if it was a man or woman that asked the question, who knows, or maybe a group of people. But it says them, apparently they were asking her how old she was. And she responded and said 33. So that's where I'm at currently as the recording this video. They said, and you don't have kids? Wow, time to get on that. Now, first of all, before we go any further, I'm going to say why that shouldn't be said. You don't know what that woman has been through, which we're about to get to in just a second. But you don't know what that woman has been through to even, reason why she doesn't have kids. What she said. She says, I've had 7 miscarriages. Whew. My condolences to anybody who's had a miscarriage. I know that can be a very, very touchy thing to talk about. I can imagine that's an experience nobody ever wants to go through, especially when you are purposely trying to have a child, right? I mean, it hurts either way, regardless if it was unplanned or planned. But like when it's planned, I mean, obviously we don't know if this person if it was planned or not. We don't even know if they're married or whatever the case may be. But 7 miscarriages, that's rough. That's rough. So then she responds, says, them looking incredibly uncomfortable. So they kind of realize probably shouldn't have went there with the question or the comment for that matter. And then she responded and said, and I hope we've learned a lesson in asking inappropriate personal questions. Now, women deal with, in general, a lot of different complications when it comes to childbirth. Fellas, let me go ahead and educate you for a second. A woman having a child in general is a risk, no matter what age she is. You don't know what's going on internally in the body. There are so many women that have passed away from childbirth. Now, that number is decreasing because obviously we have the technology to prevent a lot of that, but it still happens. There's complications that go on during pregnancy, right? When a woman is pregnant, her body is going through so many different changes. And every day, it's a risk as to if that baby is going to stay alive or not. There have been stories of babies literally getting to 7 months, 8 months, even 9 months and dying before the birth officially happens. I just want you to take a second and imagine how heartbreaking that can be. And to my ladies that might be triggered by this, my apologies in advance. It is not my goal to trigger anyone, but I want to bring awareness to this, right? I've had several women friends. Some were married, some were not, but that's neither here or there, that have had miscarriages. And it's rough. It's extremely rough. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, you got to also understand that some women might not want to have a kid until they're married. And I'm for it. I believe you shouldn't carry before you marry. But that's just my personal thoughts on it, right? You have some women that might have a condition or two that makes it harder for them to have children. Some women might not be able to have children at all. I'm going to get a little personal for a second. My stepmother was told that she was not going to be able to have kids. Now, praise God, almost 18 years later, she got 2 kids that are about to turn 18. You know what I'm saying? Crazy how life works, right? All praise is due to the Most High. But I'm saying all that to say, you don't know what a woman is going through for you to be asking those questions. And I'm not saying it's men that ask that questions. Actually, more often than not, I hear more women that ask other women that type of question than fellas. Surprisingly enough, right? Well, maybe not surprisingly. Also, here's one more thing you have to consider. And we're going to end it off on this note. As women get older, it becomes more complicated for them to have children. Right? Men, we can have children at any age we want for the most part. Ladies can too, but it does become more involved with different types of health risks the older that they get. So a woman that's older, she might have tried to have children, but the complications might have increased. Or even if she was younger, some complications might have been there. So bottom line at the end of the day, I think the number one question any man or woman should avoid asking another woman is, when you gonna have kids? Why don't you have kids yet? You don't know the reason. It could be varied reasons. It could be health reasons. It could be religious reasons. It could be personal reasons. But at the end of the day, it's none of your business. Okay? And let alone should you be asking a married couple when they're going to have kids. Oh, y'all been married for 10 years. How come y'all don't have kids yet? What if they don't want kids? That's another thing. I'm sorry, I forgot to bring that part up. What if a woman simply just does not want kids? And that's perfectly fine. Oh, well, you going to be alone. Okay, and y'all got to be out here respecting these ladies when it comes to something like that, okay? So just something to keep in mind. So I hope this brings a little bit more awareness. It's Marcus Frazier from Teachable Tuesdays, here to motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you to be a better you. Love you guys. Hope you guys have a great day.